Deep in the heart of an old forgotten forest stood an ancient cabin. Locals whispered that it was cursed, but no one could remember why. They only knew that anyone who ventured too deep into the woods, too close to the cabin, was never seen again. One rainy autumn evening, Emma, an adventurous hiker, decided to explore the forest, ignoring the warnings of the townsfolk. She loved the thrill of discovering new places, and the eerie silence of the woods only intrigued her more. As she walked deeper into the woods, the trees seemed to close in, their branches twisting unnaturally, as if they were trying to block her path. Hours passed, and just as the sun was beginning to set, Emma stumbled upon the old cabin. It was weathered and covered in moss, its windows broken, and the door hanging loosely on its hinges. Despite her instincts screaming at her to turn back, she stepped closer. The air around the cabin was heavy, almost suffocating. As she reached for the door, a soft whisper brushed past her ear. She froze, heart racing, but there was no one around. Just the wind, she told herself. Gathering her courage, she pushed the door open and stepped inside. The cabin was dark, with only the faintest rays of dying daylight filtering through the cracked windows. Dust and cobwebs coated everything, but there was something else. A strange, unsettling presence. Emma couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Suddenly, she noticed a staircase leading down to what appeared to be a basement. Against her better judgment, she descended, her flashlight flickering in the darkness. As she reached the bottom, she found herself in a small stone room. In the center of the room was an old wooden chest, its lid slightly ajar. Emma approached it cautiously, her breath shallow. Just as she reached for the chest, the whispering returned, louder this time. It was not the wind. The voices were real. Panicked, she spun around, but the basement was empty. Yet the shadows on the walls seemed to be moving, swirling, as if they had a life of their own. Suddenly, the lid of the chest slammed shut with a deafening thud. Emma stumbled back, her flashlight flickering out completely. The whispers turned into voices, clearer now, as if they were speaking directly into her mind. They were telling her to leave, to run, but the door to the basement was gone. The way out had disappeared. Trapped, Emma felt the shadows closing in. She screamed, but the forest outside swallowed the sound. The next morning, the locals noticed something strange. The old cabin, long thought abandoned, now had its door firmly shut, and Emma was never seen again.